Hey, how's it going? Zach D Productions here, and I'm here for a movie review for you guys. So, for this review, I'll be reviewing the movie Furie from 2019. And I've been wanting to check this one out for some time. I saw a trailer for it not too long ago, and I thought it looked really good. So, when I found it on Blu-ray, decided to go ahead and pick it up. And I actually found this in the movie section at Big Lots, you know. I wasn't really finding it anywhere else, really. Like, I checked my local exchange, I checked FYE, you know, basically anywhere that sells movies that are really not basically that well known, you could say. But Big Lots had this for like $3, so I was like, you know what? That's a great deal right there. And that's kind of the sad thing about movies like this, is when it comes to Asian cinema and martial arts films, you do find a lot of that stuff at Big Lots, from what I've noticed. I feel like a lot of these films kind of just get tossed off to the side for some reason. And I don't know if it's just because these aren't American films and that's what Americans prefer, which I'm sure of, but you know, I do think that these films still deserve some recognition. They definitely deserve their just due, in my opinion. I do feel like Asian cinema definitely deserves a lot more, because these are very quality films. They really are. I mean, I feel like some people don't want to give them a chance because, you know, they're not in English or anything, but that's what subtitles are for. I only speak English, you know, and I watch it with subtitles, and I enjoy the movie just fine. So I don't know what the excuse is, you know. Now, obviously, it does depend on the movie, of course. Like, there's some really big Korean shows and movies that are really big. Of course, consider Squid Game. And for whatever reason, I actually thought that this was a Korean film, but it's actually Vietnamese, which is pretty interesting. So, yeah. Overall, I really enjoyed this movie. I think it's really solid. Basically, the plot of the movie is there's this woman who's basically kind of like a rebel. Like, she's involved in gangs and stuff. And she has this kid, and then there's like this conflict between her and her kid because she believes that her kid stole someone's wallet or whatever. She doesn't really believe her. And she runs away because she's upset, and then the girl gets kidnapped. And, of course, the woman finds out that her daughter's been kidnapped. She sees that they're on this boat going down the river, so she chases them down. And I have to say that the chase scene with her trying to chase down the boat, that scene was really well shot, I think, and also really well done. The choreography, those scenes really do work, I think. And you find out that she's being taken to this, I guess you want to call it a trafficking organization in this city, and she goes to the city, and she basically fights her way there, and, you know, she's looking for help. And she eventually gets help from this one guy. I guess he's like a cop or something who's going to help her. You find out that there's all these kids that a lot of these bad guys have that are on this train. And she basically tracks them down and goes on the train and basically takes down the bad guys, rescues her daughter along with the other kids that are on the train. And that's basically the plot of the movie. I mean, it's not a very complex story. The movie is very simple. You know, there's obviously some things about the movie, some plots that are kind of like, you know, that are kind of unique. Like when she gets shot at the end, like when she's fighting all the bad guys, you know, she actually gets shot, and then her daughter witnesses her on the ground, and, you know, you kind of wonder, is she going to die in this scene? But at the end, it's revealed that she just ends up in the hospital. So, yeah, overall, I thought it was a solid film. Again, it is a very simple story. And obviously, the story involves a serious issue, trafficking, which is definitely a serious issue. And I think even though the story itself is simple, it's really well done. I really like the way that they did this. I mean, the action is cool. I mean, I really like the fights, the martial arts fight scenes, because the woman in the movie was basically studying martial arts when she was younger. That's something else that I forgot to bring up. And that's how she knows how to fight, you know, because she basically did martial arts when she was younger. And I really did like some of the fights. Now, some of the fights are not, I guess, the best when it comes to cuts and stuff. And that's really my only gripe with the movie, is mainly the cuts when the fight scenes are happening, you know. But besides that, I think the fight scenes are really well done. The choreography within the fight scenes themselves, they're pretty well done, I'd say. Especially the scene when she's battling that one woman on the train. I really like that fight scene in particular. So, yeah, overall, a great film. I mean, obviously, this concept has been done before, you know. It's not the most unique thing, but, you know, it's there. It's good for what it is. I really enjoyed the film for what it is. And again, I think it deserves more. It deserves more recognition, because I know that a lot of you guys probably have not seen this. And I know that a lot of people have not seen it. But the movie is kind of like that one movie with Halle Berry. Is it Taken? No, wait, Taken's with Liam Neeson. I think it's called Kidnap. I think the movie is simply called Kidnap. It's kind of like that to some extent, with like a different twist. It's basically just that, except it's Vietnamese and it has more action. So yeah, that's basically the movie I would compare it to, which I thought that movie was decent. But this movie I think is really solid, really good one. So if I were to give this movie a score, I have to give it probably an 8.5 or a 9 out of 10. I think the movie is that strong, to be honest. It's a really good one. I definitely recommend checking it out if you like martial arts films, because for me personally, I dig a lot of the martial arts stuff. So yeah, really enjoyed the martial arts, especially in this movie. Really well done. So that's my review for Furie. Overall, a really good movie that's worth checking out for sure. So let me know what you think. Have you seen this movie? And if so, what do you think of it? Feel free to let me know. So on that note, thanks for watching. Have a good one.